My content is intended for adult collectors of the product, not made for kids. Hello everyone, for this video we'll be reviewing Gilded Balderov and Magma Roktavor. Huge thank you to Entertainment Earth. We purchased from them and got the case of the 2-pack, so that's how we got it. For those wondering, as much as I like to do the joke, oh there's blah blah blah. No, we got it from Entertainment Earth, not sponsored because we did buy from our own money and we just waited till it got here. Anyways, we're going to be taking a look at this 2-pack. Now this is a very special 2-pack. It's very unique for a few reasons because it is an evolution to the original Baldur. This is an Hasbro exclusive evolution, which is really cool. The only negative really is just I just wish Takara did this because it looks so cool. Really solid design. The Octavore looks like garbage, but if you're buying this, you're not buying this because of Octavore, you're buying this because of Baldur. It was really cool. It was a nice dual layer. I always wanted an Evo, and it looks nice. Obviously, yes, we can make fun and say, oh, the design is based on really just Perseus, but it's slightly modified. And while you're not wrong, it still looks better than Perseus, might I add. This is Perseus, but we're gonna get a closer look. But yeah, obviously the box design, whatever, I'm supposed to say, hey, that looks pretty cool. So we're gonna see. Opening this. Diagron. Yeah, the FQ. So yeah, to be more environmentally friendly, they changed the packaging. I just want to say that just because it is a little bit of a shift. Also, if you're wondering, the boxes are barely that much different from the starter, just a little bit. Let me get the zoom out on this one. So you can see, compared to the starter, just a little bit more. It was pretty thick, actually, really thick. Magma looks like garbage. Oh wow, actually, that's kind of, I didn't notice that. There's actually on the outer parts, there's this paint, but as a design perspective, wouldn't it have made more sense instead of putting the paint randomly there, you paint it there? Whatever. It's cheap recolor too. Okay, let me get the instructions. The Baldurov looks sick at least. Yeah, the Octavore looks like trash, trash. And I can actually call it trash because I've already tested Magma, it sucks competitive. So next up we have our recolor of the Octavore R7 core. Now, I'm gonna have to be really critical here, but first of all, the core maybe feels, I don't know if it's just maybe the mold, it feels slightly better than the other ones, but I think it's mostly just the performance tip. Octavore has had an awful paint job. The original one isn't even painted white. It actually stole the silver from the original one. The black one doesn't really look any good, and what's insult to injury is that they keep on repeating blue on the thing. Why are they so cheap with the same blue paints, man? If they're gonna be so cheap removing all the gimmicks in the core of the system, then I better not see any defenders complain when this has the worst paint job on it. Your own take, okay, you can say that for the system and whatever, not being the same as Takara, but again, it gets me so frustrated. Slopes are like that, they're not really that good, they're below average. Now, moving on to the next part, which is Magma. Magma is pretty subpar. There's a lot better options for you to choose from. It simply is not that good. You could maybe use it as an equalizer against opposite spin. Same spin, it's really not that good. And since this is a recolor of the actual Magma, I really wish they just put this little paint on here, here, and here. See on this little like part there, so these parts. Because putting it on the side there, like, it looks cool kind of on the side, but I don't know. Again, lack of paint job is really whatever. Magma is simply not a good ring. I've actually proven that's not actually a good ring. Now, can someone help me? Because I really just want to confirm. Because it's called a gravity ring, but how is it really a change in gravity when it's plastic? So this is supposed to be the 3 armor. Again, I'm gonna keep on harping on it. I don't know why the buffoons that defend Hasbro try to say, oh, they gave us the low and high mode. Yeah, it's like it's half of the thing. The whole point was the metal there. And I'm tired of like these like shills, whatever, just like making all these excuses. The armors suck. It doesn't matter if they do exclusive armors or not. So that's my point. Because if the armors were metal, they would have a lot more use to them. And don't tell me, oh, you can put the Takara on. That doesn't fix the issue. Moving on, it does come with this frequent disc. Now, this is a new disc. Oh, frequent. It does come with this new disc that is FQ. I almost called it by the name I was guessing. I don't know what it's supposed to be called. Frequent, frequency, whatever word. It's really in the shape of Galaxy Pegasus, which I found really funny. Like, no one can deny it. It's literally just they turned Galaxy Pegasus into a disc. It even matches it up. This drive, now, I don't have Vanished right now, but I do have this, and this has part of Vanish's driver, which is supposed to be, the base is supposed to be Extend plus Q. So this attachment adventure, and by the way, all the stuff with the attachments aren't really that good because they're too tall to stabilize, which is what I've already said with QuadDrive. Now, again, this is supposed to be Extend plus Q. So let's see what they've done. Let's take a look. Oh my god, no. Oh my god. Oh, it's cringe. Oh my god, that's cringe. That's cringe. What even is this? It's not even sharp, at least. This is literally with like basically Extend plus attack mode, I guess they tried to do. Oh my god, that's awful. So not only have they screwed it up with Extender, because that was Hypersphere, now with the QD one, we also have another one that's garbage to match. Wow, that's awful. So Extend Plus is cursed because there's no proper release of it. And before you come at me, oh, but Pro Series didn't release. No, Pro Series is just Takara. It is not a Hasbro release. Because I'm cranky with Roktavor, but we're gonna get to Baldurov next. 4.7, 6.12 or 11. Three is about like 13.18 versus like 1.55. And honestly, I don't even like to compare it to the Takara weight just because like, whew, if we did that, it's gonna be scary because they're really not anywhere close. Like for an example, if I get the 6 from later on, it's 1.52 versus like 13.16. Anyways, frequent is about 25.15 versus 25.09. So the 4-star one is slightly more. Okay. Extend Trash QD is about almost 5.6. 2.85. So Extend Trash QD is about 8.45. Altogether now it's about 45.96. So again, like if they just painted the detail on this stuff, it would look really a lot better and everything, because if they chose the right colors on there, they painted the thing, this would look really beautiful. But it's their lack of like real choice and effort that really hurts this stuff. Because at the end of the day, I want this stuff. I think people are confused whenever they say, oh, Zankye's so negative with Hasbro. It has nothing to do with being negative, it's just wanting them to do the better product. And like, because if no one else is going to speak out on it, it's just, I want to be the reviewer that says, hey, they should try to do this differently. And if they never change, that's whatever. So at least when people watch the reviews and want to know if they can purchase it, they can listen to the videos I do. So there you go, that's my little mini rant. So to go over to our part by part, we have our Baldurov core. I'm just gonna say Baldur. Honestly, I don't like to say Baldurov, I hate the name. Now, if we compare this to Savior Perseus, I think it's clear which one is better. I don't care what anybody says, Baldurov looks better than Perseus. I actually wish we got Baldurov for the Takara release. As far as slopes are concerned, I don't really know. Hopefully this thing has good slopes, man. Hey, don't disappoint me. From that, when you compare it to the original design of actually Baldur, they did a good job translating it out of the original, and very, very nice. Next up, we have our Gilded Blade. Now this one is really thick and it doesn't even feel that hollow. This probably is going to be heavy, I hope. This is based on the original shape of Baldur, and it's looking really nice. Small complaint. I just wish that they put little blue on the silver there so it would really kind of match like the blue screws. But look, this thing is very thick, like it doesn't feel hollowed out. Obviously you see all the holes right there, but hopefully this weighs something because I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it. We even get a new disc, which looks really funny. I believe the name is Diagron. Looks really wacky. Diagron right there. Side view. The performance tip is, I was gonna use a word I can't use in the videos. Okay, obviously the original one was Bite. They did Press and Zephyr. Honestly, like, I hate QD's system of the tips. I just wish it was just normal tips, because we could have gotten a normal release of Bite. Would have been sick. So the attachment on here is Press, and then after it's Zephyr. It's like, it's okay, like, alright, whatever. So Baldur's about 5.17. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. 8.28. That's what we're talking about. The weights, that doesn't even matter. You see, I'm not even covering it because it's always so like not even relevant. The gravity ring is supposed to be 6. 15 grams. Diagron, I'm expecting. Yeah, that's okay. 25, whatever. See, even like, see, the weight on this is Zephyr 5.44. The press 2.10. I'm probably gonna actually weigh something. Fine. 47.79. So assemble now. Let's feel this thing. Slopes are just they're better. It's better than Lindworm. It's better than Ifritter. It's better than Roktavor. Not better than Bellfire. But this thing, oh my god. Look at how beautiful it is. Very good job. Very good job. And plus, since the layer weighs this much, maybe some use, maybe, but we still got to do testing. I'm honestly happy because it's been like 12 or whatever. I know 15 is probably not that crazy, but I don't know, I'll accept it. Then after side. In high mode. Attachment. Okay, so just actually before we move on, I did put this on wave whatever, so this is the second best right core. Second best. Slopes are, I don't feel it as tight as Bellfire, but like they're fine. They're fine. Like around Bellfire's level, but I don't think quite there, but it's definitely like, for QD it's good. In general, this still isn't as good as the Achilles from Rise or Genesis, but you know, damn, at least we're getting somewhere. So before we actually continue, I did actually do some testing. So with Baldurov, I tried this against Union Achilles 00 Cross Extreme, with obviously the power mode. And even with the Bellfire core, which I would say maybe feels a little bit better for it, it's still lost by burst, and while it can definitely tank, and I think it's maybe solid for defense purposes, I'm not too sure about stamina-wise how effective it is, because obviously the big issue with QD is burst resistance is really poor, and the stuff dies too easily. So I tried this also against Triumph Dragon, and I think they both had like 00 Cross Absorb, and even with Triumph, it still like failed. Of course, this was with high mode. Even if this was with low mode, it's really more or less the same result. And QD just seems more really like subpar, like really nothing, like just mediocre. Nothing really like I would recommend, honestly. So, and this is really important because I'm really liking Baldurov, but I can't just say. So the rating currently right now is going to be a 6, and I think it's going to stay that way. But let's do some test launches. Let's try Magma Roktavor without the attachment. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. It doesn't even behave like a balance type driver. All right, whatever. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. I still like it, so it's like, it's whatever, but it's not really like it's something I'd recommend for someone to go buy. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Let it rip. Kind of funny how way more aggressive it is because of Extend plus Q. It's literally just Zephyr. Like that's what's funny. It's legit just Zephyr, and that's it. It's Zephyr versus Zephyr. That's what it is. Let rip. Let rip. So by the way, when I tell you Octavore has bad bursts, there you go. 3, 2, 1, let rip. I kind of wish to still like Baldurov was to Takara, because really, honestly, like this stuff, I'm trying to think. You know, I'm also trying to think as objective too. Like, if this was really released by Takara, would it have been that much better? I think aside from, okay, well, obviously it depends on the core, the teeth and everything, but let's just say as close as possible we could have possibly gotten. It probably would have been like decent enough in Dynamite Battle, but I don't think it would have been high tier. It probably would have just been like B, which honestly I think it's B tier currently too. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. It's one of those things, I guess, that just would have been just cool if they actually just did it. Really, that's it. It's nice that Hasbro did it, obviously, but I think what would have been really nice too is if we ever got a pro release for these exclusives, because that would be sick. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Let it rip. Yeah, again, you can see stamina. It's like, you know, what's going on there, buddy? Stamina definitely is probably this thing's weakness. I think a good disc you can pair off with Gilded is definitely going to be the Giga Disc. Because I get what they're trying to go with Diagram. Diagram, they're trying to make it kind of like the shape of Gilded for some of its parts. Obviously not the same, but, you know, I don't know. It definitely is Hasbro being creative, so it's one of the few things you get to enjoy. It's like when they're, at least when they're creative, you can say, oh, well, you know, that's cool. You know, it's perfectly fine, because there are people who don't really care about competitive and just like think, oh, well, how cool is this Hasbro Bey? That's why in this channel, we do offer multiple perspectives, so that way no one says, oh, it's only this, it's only that. I try to be as fair as possible in the reviews. At least outspin it. Okay. I think to be fair with this 2-pack and everything, I think in terms of QuadDrive, if we're only factoring QuadDrive and everything, then yeah, this is pretty good, I would say. Well, pretty good is like strong. It's good for QuadDrive. It's the only thing I could consider at least good. In general, it's like probably still a 6 out of 10. I think basically everything's going to be a 6 until a 7 is until it can really compete with a lot of competitive stuff. And I've shown the QRs. 7 to like 8 is going to be where it can beat competitive stuff good, or not competitive stuff, like the somewhat decent competitive stuff. Like 9 to 10 is where it is really good in top tier in general for Hasbro, which has not been a thing for a long time. I think with what you get with this, like let's say you're only buying one 2-pack and this is the 2-pack. The QD discs are kind of like whatever. They can kind of have decent stamina maybe compared to Hasbro's wheel, but they aren't like too crazy, to be quite honest. I really only tested with Gilded, but Diagram honestly is probably going to get the same results as Giga and as the other discs I've had. So performance tip wise, you're getting nothing out of it, so really it's just going to be for like, I guess, Gilded, and even then it's just okay. It's cool for Diagram or whatever, but I think it's the best 2-pack so far the QD has to offer, but in general, it's still poor. So that's my overall thoughts and opinion. I try to be as fair as I could in this review. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.